Hello, it is Social Media Saturday, February 2nd, 2019, 2-2. We're off and running in the second month of the year on the second day. And so, I had this discussion with a client the other day that social media, most people, especially business owners, talk all the time. This is one of the toughest things to do, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do is use social media to connect with people on a real, deep, authentic, real level. George is here. Great seeing you. Most business people don't want to do this. They tell me all the time, hey, Rich, they say, I don't want to mix business with pleasure, or, that's my personal, I got to have a personal private life. I can't let them in to everything going on in my personal private life and all that stuff. So I totally understand. And I had a hard time with it in the beginning until I had a mentor suggest it to me, and boom. Really works for great results. So there's an example of George, someone that the other day at an event, he came up to me and said, hey, I'm George. I'm the guy who's always on your Facebook Live videos. Never says hello, never leaves a comment, but he always pops up there watching about, at least half of these videos. And I had met him before, but I guess he didn't know that because he came up and introduced himself. And there is a connection. So someone who you haven't met in person, or who doesn't remember that you've met in person, makes that connection online when you let them in, and you don't just talk about, if you're a dentist, you're not just always talking about teeth and fillings and drilling and veneers and whatever it is. If you're in manufacturing, you don't always talk about your widgets and your warehouse and your space and your shipping times and your quality and all that kind of stuff. Save that for your business page, but on your personal page, let people in, let them get to know you. People love to get to know people. So by example, you see me do that all the time, and I'm going to share today how I spent the last few hours of my day, had the old honey-do list, and had several things on the list. And George says, now I feel connected. There you go. Fantastic. Because we had that connection in person, then we have the connection online, and we'll see each other again in person. And it happens all the time that when I see people in person, they'll say things like, and maybe George will do that next time, hey, I love that video where you did whatever, something personal. It's not likely that he'll say, I love that video where you went over the 3 ways to, create make a headline on your sales letter. Like, sure, that's good, that brings in the money, but the real connection is made when people, we had our doggy for 13 years, and I would constantly be talking about our doggy on social media and in my newsletters, and, people would always come up and say, hey, how's your doggy? Is he feeling better? If he wasn't feeling well. They didn't ask about me. They asked about the doggy. They got that connection. So business people can say, oh, I don't want to, let people into my personal. Well, here I am at my home, and I'm going to show you a few of the honeydew things. I'm finishing up one of them, but I wanted to shoot this video before we lose the light, so you can see behind me now, there's the sun setting in the west. It's always tough to capture on the iPhone. Crystal is here. Great seeing you, Crystal. And so here's a few things. Well, you see the ladder in the background. Now that's almost all the way down. I had it all the way up to 18 feet or whatever it goes, and I pruned these 2 trees. So tough to tell because now they look pretty good, but they were filled. Oh, in fact, here's the stuff they were filled with. Boom, this entire garbage can overflowing with clippings, not to mention we got another little pile over here, and we got another box over here. More clippings here. And more little piles around, and my beautiful wife Michelle was sweeping up and stuff, like just tons of pruning these 2 trees because my goal, I was looking to hang a bird feeder from this tree up here, and I had 12 feet of chain. I made a trip to Home Depot today and got a bunch of stuff, including 12 feet of chain to hang this bird feeder. And then we found that even after I pruned all those branches, we couldn't really see the bird feeder well on an angle from our living room. And so we are going to set up a pole, do a standalone pole for the bird feeder. But for now, at least I hung it here, it's on the right angle. Now I also used that ladder to change a light bulb on a 15-foot ceiling, and also I fixed a light fixture and put in a new bulb on another one 15 feet in the air. So that's another thing on the list. Oh, came over here and I mounted this hose holder. You can see my beautiful wife Michelle was like, that hose on the ground and we had this thing from somewhere that you wrap the hose around, and we didn't have the screws, so there was another thing in Home Depot. I got these 4 screws, and I had to get the anchors and the special bit that drills into the cinder block, and I'm almost done. I had to hand tighten these because look at this. What kind of construction is this? They give you like 6-inch leeway in here. Of course, the drill can't get in there to tighten these, so I had to hand tighten all these into the cinder block. What a pain in the butt. And I got the last one to finish up. Like I said, I just wanted to shoot this video. I noticed it was about to get dark, and then I'll wrap the hose around it, and that'll be done. So I did the light fixture, the light pole, the pruning, the bird feeder hung up, this thing. Oh yeah, and installed a new lock, a new, what do you call this thing? Well, you can see the little workbench of the day. Now tomorrow, my beautiful Aunt Michelle is going to be planting some flowers. Oh, and on the way out of the Home Depot, I had to grab a couple of these beautiful pink, the woman said they're not pink, they're magenta, but I call them pink, these pink bougainvilleas. I love these things. They'll grow to be huge. And here it is. Oh yeah, it's the this thing. What's that called? The doorknob. That's it. Installed the new doorknob right there. We got the new doorknob installed. So we got the doorknob, we got the bird feeder. Tomorrow we'll do planting, did all the pruning, got the hose thing up, fixed the light fixture, changed another bulb. That's what I call the honey-do list day. And that was my day. So that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. See, I just brought you a little into my world of fairly inept labor. I'm not a good laborer, but somehow I was able to do those few simple things without even making a second trip to the Home Depot. And in fact, the 4 things I went in for, the chain, the new doorknob, the anchors and the bolts for the cinder block and the bit, and there was one other thing. Oh, I needed some other screws for the light fixture, fix the light fixture. So those 4 things, guess what? They were all in the same aisle at the Home Depot. So I was going to go over to the True Value because I like small businesses instead of big whopping businesses. But my beautiful Aunt Michelle had bought something in the Home Depot, and so I figured I'll go return it. And besides, I think she had said that the actual doorknob that she wanted was in the Home Depot, so I didn't want to take the chance that they wouldn't have it. So I did something I don't like to do and went to a big business and went to that Home Depot. But how about this? They have like all these aisles in the store, and all the things I wanted were in the same aisle 21. The chain, the screws, the screws for the light fixture, and the doorknob. All 4 things in the same aisle. How cool is that? So I didn't have to go all around the store. And then on the way out, I just grabbed some weed killer. We got a bunch of weeds around here. We'll do some weed killing tomorrow. See, we have pulled up some of the weeds. They were already in the garbage there. And we'll do some planting. So I grabbed the 2 plants, and I grabbed the weed killer on the way out. And that was my trip to Home Depot, and then putting some stuff in. And here is Ace, who says, oh, hanging out at the Greenskeeper Club. Yeah, that's right on the 18th hole at the Phoenix Open Golf Tournament. What's today? Saturday. Saturday last year was the biggest day. They had 216,000 people in attendance last year. I don't think they'll have as many this year. Of course, I never go on the regular days. It's way too serious. I go on the Pro-Am day where everyone's just having a blast and you see all the celebrities. But there were not enough celebrities there. Wasn't there any real big draws. Tiger Woods did not play. And so attendance was way down from what I could tell. And so they had over 700,000 last year. I don't think they'll top that this year. But that's very cool. It's a great place to be. And yes, I did in fact use the drill that you got me for Christmas. Thank you, Ace. In fact, I got a special bit at the Home Depot today. Check this whopper out for the cinder block that I drilled the hole in. So I made my trip to the Home Depot. Got my special, there they are, the anchors for the, and the screws for the cinder block. Got the new doorknob, there's the old one. Got these screws that I used to fix a light fixture. Got this 12 feet of chain that I ended up not using for the bird feeder, so we got some 12 feet of chain. That was the doorknob in that thing. There's the weed killer, so we'll be using that tomorrow. And here's my little pruning things that I was pruning up on the tree. And there you go. Got some S-hooks that we did not use to hang the bird feeder. My beautiful wife Michelle must have used this for something today. And assorted other stuff. And that'll do it. For, how about these? Check that out, huh? I love these things. Got two of the beautiful bougainvilleas. That'll do it for Social Media Saturday, folks. So welcome to my backyard and to my day of being somewhat handy, which is extremely rare for me. But I was able to accomplish all the tasks of the day. Hope you also had a productive or relaxing day. It is the weekend. Whatever you choose to do, hope you did it well. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Well, it's Sunday Fun Day. I'll just check in and say hello. Oh, we have tickets to special music theater. Like they serve dinner, and they got a band playing. And that was really cool. And I booked it especially on Super Bowl Sunday night, feeling that we ought to be able to get better seats. Because most people, not most people, but many Americans will be watching the Super Bowl. I, of course, have nothing to do with the NFL ever again. So we will be having a blast tomorrow night. So maybe I'll say hello from there, or I'll just say hello from here, but I'll say hello on Sunday Fun Day, and hope you will have a fantastic day as well, and I'll catch you then. Thanks everyone for being here live today, watching on the replay. That'll do it. Over and out. Bye-bye.